All right, welcome back to Trenny and C. We kind of have a follow-up video here of the Jack Daniels that we poured into this barrel from Oak Barrels Limited.
Should we call this Oak Barrel Part 2?
I'd say so. So, okay, with this barrel, we poured in regular Jack Daniels a week ago. So it's been in the barrel for 7 days.
1 week, yeah.
And we have just the regular Jack Daniels, obviously not been in an oak barrel. And we're just going to compare and contrast real quickly and
see if we notice anything.
See how much of an influence on 1 week this barrel would have.
Yeah.
Because as we kind of mentioned in the last video, the more surface area in a barrel, which this would have because it's a smaller barrel.
It's touching in more areas, right?
Yeah, it's touching the whiskey all over the place. It's just, anyway. Yeah, perverted. It's a perverted barrel.
But this barrel has been charred, right?
Yeah, it's been
Our
charred
own
on the
barrel
inside.
has been charred on the inside, and it's aging the whiskey as we speak. It's been in a dry, warm area.
Yeah. And the other thing that you may not know about these barrels, even these little barrels, there's no glue holding these staves together here. It's actually just the rings here, but when you fill it with water and it expands the wood, it holds the staves together a little easier. So
we did, how long was our water in there? 1 week?
About a week. It says to do it for about 48 hours, but...
You keep the water in there until all of the leaks stop.
Yeah.
You drain the water, and then you put the whiskey in behind it. So,
and these barrels are pretty good at not leaking.
Well, since we've had the 1 liter plus, I would say, of Jack Daniels in there, there's been no leakage in my cupboard where it's been sitting. So, anyway,
cool. Let's try it out. So let's pour a little bit of the regular Jack,
and while you're pouring that, I'll remove the little cork on the top that will allow us to get a little bit of air in there and have it kind of glug out the spout there.
Yeah, you have to remove the top for it to work.
I can already tell you. I mean, just on this little cork, it's smoky.
That's
nice.
Smoky. That's cool.
I don't know if that's how it'll taste in there, but
so let's.
This little cork is smoky.
Let's. I'll just do this. So you turn it so it's facing itself. Put a little bit in the glass.
Yeah. That looks okay.
Okay, where's yours?
Yeah.
Again, this is the first time we've tasted this from the barrel, so we'll see how it goes.
Let's plug it back up.
Looks pretty cool.
Plug it back up. I'm excited.
So naturally, the color difference. Let's see. It's not. We probably need the same kind of glasses in order for this to be really a proper experiment.
Yeah, we should have done,
but it's about the same still. Yeah,
maybe the same color-wise.
So nosing between the two glasses, regular Jack Daniels.
Bananas and glue.
What do we got here? Oh, whoa.
Whoa.
It's completely different. It's only been in here for a week, and this might be...
That is completely different.
Wow. It's funny, though, because the banana and glue is still there, but it's like a smoked version.
But the banana and glue is like way down, and the smoke is up to me.
Oh, yeah, the smoke is huge. Actually, like, to be perfectly honest, I prefer this one.
It's different already. It's throwing me off because like regular Jack you're so used to regular Jack, and then you smell this and you're like, what did you just drop a match in the glass or something?
Yeah, it's almost more like a peated Scotch now.
Okay, let's do regular Jack. Sip.
Again, we haven't tried this.
No.
Yeah, this is our first kind of run.
I'm stoked.
Yeah, this is great.
Regular Jack. Regular Jack.
It's Jack Daniels and it's delicious.
Okay, let's do it quick.
Totally different.
That's interesting. Like that is, it tastes more scotchy. Like
it's got the wood smoke, the char.
It's so wood smoky.
Yeah,
that's
completely different.
It's a totally different animal.
Like, it's like it turns a bourbon into a Scotch almost. Not completely because it's not a 100% malted barley.
But we're talking about 1 week.
This is 1 week, and these little barrels, it kind of goes to show maybe you don't need to age them for that long.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't know. Let's keep doing it. I mean,
I'd
see
say
what
so.
happens.
Let's do it for a month.
It might get weird, but who cares?
It might end up disgusting.
The point is, though, is that this little barrel is doing some science.
It's,
I mean, I don't know.
it's doing its thing.
Yeah,
it's working.
It's doing some magic.
So Oak Barrels Limited, that company obviously knows what they're doing because they're doing a barrel that seems to be doing the job.
It's effective. Like, I mean, it would be different depending on what you put in it anyway. Like, so, I mean, this video is running way longer than we thought it would.
Yeah.
Because our minds are kind of blown right now. But our plan is that we were going to put bourbon in it, and then we were going to put scotch in it after.
Mm-hmm.
And
do another one with sherry in it.
Yeah. So, my mind is now really racing thinking about what's that scotch going to taste like.
Yeah,
next?
what's the influence going to be?
Like, what's each item going to taste like after it's been in there?
And for each week, what's it going to be like?
Yes.
So, very cool experiment.
This is fun. Buy a barrel, do it yourself.
Yeah, do it yourself.
Just try it. And you don't have to put Jack Daniels in there. You can put whatever the hell you want in there. You could put Jim Beam in there, or you could put something else that maybe you think could use a boost, right?
You know what? In most places except BC, you can buy neutral grain spirits that are a higher percentage, like 55-60%. If you put that in here, I bet it would turn out pretty interesting.
Oh, and you'd see the color difference.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Like, Jack's already kind of dark brown, right? Like, it's got that reddish going on for it. So it's going to be harder to notice in 1 week a color difference, but for those neutral spirits, you're going to see.
Yeah, and just with this, the flavor difference is completely different.
This is just smoked out. I mean,
as far as I'm concerned, these are two different whiskeys.
Yeah.
Like, if somebody put this in front of me and this in front of me,
you wouldn't even think Jack Daniels.
No, not at all.
No. You'd be like, is that some kind of weird, sweet, corny scotch? I don't know.
Yeah. It's like Scotland made a single malt except out of completely just corn.
Yeah, it's cool though. It's interesting. This is Whisky Research.
Okay, well, subscribe on YouTube.
We'll try and see you in a week with this thing.
Yeah, and also try to. Why don't you just join us on Twitter? Start following us on Twitter. I think it's at Trenny C2. And that's the one.
This is wacky stuff.
That's great.
Yeah.
Cheers.
See you later. Clinky.
Trenny and C.
That is legitimately awesome.